So I played as Invisible Man for the first time. I just got Cobble Fog. Not just got. I've had it for a bit, but I finally got it to the table. I finally played it. So I decided to play as Sherlock, my first game, Sherlock Holmes, and I liked him. He was very cerebral, and I really had a fun time with him. Uh, Very different. Got to make sure you're not too standoffish with him, and you also got to make sure you're not. I get in trouble when I plan ahead too much. I'll have like the perfect combo, and I run into this same problem with Alice with her size, trying to make it so I'm gonna play the perfect cards and I'll do the perfect thing. I have the same problem with Sherlock, where I was trying to line up this one move. I was playing with the Raptors as my partner. I should mention I was playing a 2v2 game. And so I lined it up, I'm trying to line it up, and so I can switch. There's a card called Master of Disguise. I can switch with my opponent and have them completely surrounded by the Raptors, and then just nail them. Didn't work. You gotta know when to. What's the song? Know when to hold them. Know when to. It doesn't matter. You gotta know when to just quit it, and just it's gonna hurt you in the long run. I lost that game, unfortunately. Although again, I was new with Sherlock, and the person I was with, they weren't very familiar with the Raptors. Actually, never played them before, and yeah, in these games that I played two games recently of a 2v2, a four-player match of Unmatched. I don't know if I mentioned it yet. Self-explanatory, but if you're not familiar and for some reason you're watching this video, it's a board game called Unmatched. This is a particular set, Cobble Fog. But anyways, I'm more experienced than these players. These are not the players that I typically play Unmatched with, and so I have more experience in general. But I was playing with new characters. And so after I kind of lost the first game, I wanted to kind of I needed to win, and so I decided to pick Invisible Man. I almost picked Muldoon, but I'm like, no, no, let's stick with the new characters. And so I've never played him before, and so I started off just moving the fog across the board because of card effects, and then I just appeared on the other side of the board. Now, for some context, I was playing with Alice as my teammate, and I was going up against Medusa and Sherlock Holmes. So I left Alice in the dust. I popped up on the other side. I emerged from the mist, and I got some good hits on Medusa. Then I took one damage to That's good. Medusa's special ability. What do I have in my notes? One defense. This is what happens when I write notes for these things. One defense. What does that mean? One defense. I got it. I had one defense card. So I got way too aggressive. I got too excited with the cards. I had one defense card. I was smart, though. I was clever. I didn't, because my opponent could attack me twice, Medusa, which was a poor move on my part, really poor move. But I made it so I'm like, she's totally going to try Stone Gaze. So they're probably going to attack me with the first one, try to get that out of the way, then nail me with Stone Gaze. And I wasn't going to let that happen. So I didn't defend the first one, which was a second shot that was boosted to a 7, unfortunately. But I did defend the next one, which was, of course, Gaze of Stone. And so I took the 7 damage instead of the 10 damage from Gaze of Stone. And so I already had 7 health in the game, while Alice is sitting over there twiddling their thumbs. They haven't done anything yet. So, very cool. I used Vanish. Very cool ability. Recover a health. I got out of there. But I went all the way back to Alice. And then for the rest of the game, I was pretty much playing catch-up because of my over-aggression in the beginning of the game. And so the rest of the time, I was just kind of trying to get more cards and build up and move away and stay away from my 2 impending dooms. I ended up taking more damage to pesky Watson and his revolver. That was great. I defended that, though, and not successfully. Medusa, then I also took more damage to this, even though I defended it. Medusa boosted second shot with Gaze of Stone. I mean, what is this? I said ahead of time, these are casual players. This is competitive level play. This is the people that, I hear about like, oh yeah, not using Gaze of Stone, using it to boost second shot and get in these powerful attacks. Like, this is some like weird meta thing, And I try to keep these videos pretty not extending into my personal life and keeping people in the random rambles. I'm not saying who they are, but like for this one, I said I was playing with less experienced people, and I was playing with my mom. My mom was Medusa. My mom is doing these insane competitive plays and second boosting second shot with Gaze of Stone. No, no, this is insane. The insane competitive level. And this whole time, my teammate, it just has the Jabberwock fighting. Alice is just sitting there still, just chilling, and the Jabberwock's out there fighting, and I'm here running for my life. Brilliant. Anyways, Medusa's camping on my other fog tokens, and so I can't get away. And I wasn't drawing any defense or versatile cards. I got almost all versatile cards in the beginning of my game when I drew my hand, and then also as I got more cards. And so I made a judgment that, to be fair, was a correct judgment, but not to the extent that I thought. I made a judgment that, okay, he has a lot of versatile cards, mainly versatile cards, and then a lot of defense ones. And he's a more defensive character, not as attacky. And I was right. He does have the majority of his cards are versatile cards, but just not to the extent that I thought. And so after that, wasn't getting any cards that were versatile or defense. I was getting all really cool attack and scheme cards, but that just wasn't what I needed. And eventually, I was just killed by Holmes, honestly, pretty early in the game. And so because I had no sidekick, I just kind of watched the rest of the game as Alice just slowly got pounded into the ground and withered away. And so I lost both games. Great. Uh, I still had fun the first one. This one, not as much fun when I'm just dead. But ahead of time, I knew Invisible Man was defensive. I did, and I just clearly did not know enough. You think you know something, not enough. And I played him dumb. I played him real dumb. That was dumb. I got a little too excited, a little too carried away. And if you have any Invisible Man strategies, don't give me too in depth because I do like to figure it out on my own. Don't give me none of this boosting a second shot with Gaze of Stone. None of that. Okay, none of that. But any little tips maybe, or maybe just some advice like, don't run out at your opponent like that. Stay on your fog tokens. Stay away. That'd be helpful. Yeah. Bye.